Was Oma Desala really ascending people in order to build a vast army? You'll find out right after this. Hey everybody, I am Taylor from Beards vs. Geek, where I show you it is okay to be a man and a geek at the same time. Today we are back through the gate and we are talking about Oma Desala. Now there is a big announcement at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around to the end in order to hear more. But for now, she was first introduced when the SG team went to Keb in order to search for the Harcesis child. Oma Desala, who Daniel Jackson interpreted as Mother Nature, ends up to be an ascended being who helps others ascend to a higher plane of existence. You see, as we watch more of the Stargate SG1, we find out about the Ori. And we know that the Ori and the Ancients used to be the same group of people in a different galaxy. But there ended up being a big fracture, and part of them, the Ori, went more towards religion, and the Ancients went more towards science. So the Ancients decided that they would leave the galaxy and leave the Ori behind. Now this hatred was so great that it was heavily implied that the Ori created a plague in order to wipe out the Ancients. So you think your breakup is bad. Well, the Ancients ended up coming to the Milky Way galaxy and they ended up ascending, and so did the Ori, which was fine, except that eventually the Ori found out where the Ancients were, and that there was a whole bunch of humans who could give them more power. Now, the Ancients have a strict non-interference policy when it comes to lesser planes of existence, including, well, us. And Oma Desala broke that rule when she started to help other lower beings ascend to a higher plane of existence. Why? Why would this person spend thousands of years helping thousands of people or beings ascend to a higher plane of existence? Well, this is where the fun starts. I theorize that Oma Desala was also shunned from the Ascended Being Society, not just because she wanted to help lower beings ascend to a higher plane of existence, but also that she realized that the Ori was going to be a threat again one day, and she wanted to prepare for that day. Now, the Ancients were greater in number than the Ori, however, the Ori derive a great deal of power from their followers. Some Ascended beings, including Merlin, was extremely worried about this and understood that the Ori will come breaking through the door and cause all sorts of mayhem, which happens. That's like a thing. The Ori try that. And we do know from Oma Desala that the Ancients rose and tried to meet the challenge of the Ori, and it was a massive stalemate in the higher plane of existence, while the Ori was shoving priors down our throats. However, out of the billions of ascended beings, what I'm assuming are billions, it could be trillions, of ascended Ancients, I find it hard that only one of them foresaw the problem and took action to prevent the Ori from coming in and kicking their butts. I propose that Merlin was not the only one who foresaw the problem, but also Oma Desala was the one who saw that problem and who took a different approach in order to, well, combat the issue. Literally. I propose that Oma Desala spent all of this time ascending people and helping them slowly understand more about the infinite universe so that they could join the Ancients and the other ascended beings in order to fight the Ori when that day comes. Since the Ancients refuse to receive more power by establishing a religion and having people follow them and pray to them and give them more power like the Ori do, the only other way that you can increase the power of the Ancients is to, well, have more of them. So Oma Desala took it upon herself and created the temple in Keb and fostered along the belief that others can ascend to a higher plane of existence in order to one day fight the Ori. Now, one of the things that goes into this is the type of people that Oma Desala wanted to help ascend. She specifically targeted people who were warriors in their mortal life. The ancient Jaffa legend that Braytak states that his father passed down to him was all about Jaffa when they were ready to die, when they could no longer have a symbiote inside their pouches, they would go to Keb, and they would be able to ascend. Now, we do know from the episode that, yes, that is true. Jaffa can ascend when they don't have a Goa'uld in their belly. But guess what Jaffa do all day, every day, until they die? They train to become warriors. They understand tactics, and they learn how to fight. Now, yes, Oma Desala teaches peace and patience and all sorts of really cool and groovy things. That's great, man. But she also targets warriors. People who already have the capacity, the capability, and the strategic knowledge in order to wage a war of any kind. And what kind is she looking for? An ascended kind. She took it upon herself to train her own army of followers who are dedicated and loyal to her in order to help combat the Ori threat that is just around the door and that can break into that diner at any time. Let me know what you think about this theory in the comment section down below. I defer to your Stargate genius in this matter. Now, the big announcement. After several months of you guys waiting, I am here to announce that I am opening a second all Stargate channel. This channel is called the Stargate Guy, and there's a link to it in the description down below, and there will be a little bubble at the end of this video that you can click on and it'll go there and subscribe. Now, right now, there is a teaser trailer on the Stargate Guy, and there will be lots of content showing up starting October 1st, 2017. On that date, there will be videos, and there will be videos coming up after that in quick succession, and then it's going to go to once a week. And that is all about Stargate. Stargate SG1, Stargate Universe, Stargate Atlantis, Stargate Infinity, Stargate Origins. Anything Stargate is going to be on that channel. Character profiles, racial profiles, crazy freaking theories that only I believe in are all going to be on that channel. And yes, I am still going to produce regularly scheduled Stargate content for this channel as well. So you're going to get a bunch of Stargate coming up in the near future. So if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to Beard vs. Geek or to the Stargate Guy right there in order to get ahead of the action. You can also click on these two awesome Stargate videos right over here, because remember, if the women don't find you manly, they should at least find you geeky. And until next time, don't go shaving on me.